Design thinking has become a buzzword across the market research industry and even beyond that at an organizational level. Even though design thinking has become more popular in recent years, it is often seen as a tool that is unique or inaccessible to anyone who isn't a designer. Fortunately, that's not the case. The goal of design thinking is to make the tools, mindsets, and methodologies that help designers solve problems and make them available to those who aren't designers or those who don't even believe they're creative. Design thinking is an effective problem-solving tool. In its simplest form, the process begins with generating a large number of ideas that are possible solutions to the issue at hand. Then, you'll need to test the validity of each of these ideas and see which of them best solves your problem. In a more in-depth take on design thinking, you'll find you can position yourself better to formulate solutions to your issue if you gain some input from those impacted by the issue at hand. This is often the case in market research. Businesses that conduct research with their customer base are more able to empathize with them than businesses that don't. Next, you'll need to clearly define the problem, keeping in mind the feedback you received from those who are impacted. Without that additional context, you would be making changes blindly and undoubtedly missing the mark. In research, you may want to use a qualitative method to uncover the sentiment regarding the issue and understand what's causing it. As mentioned before, ideation of many solutions is needed to move on to the next step in this process. With many ideas, you can borrow aspects of several and combine them to create even better ideas. While the base quality of an idea is obviously important, the quantity is arguably more important, as you'll see many varying perspectives. Eventually, you'll need to narrow down your ideas and select the one you believe is the best and should be implemented as a prototype. You'll gain valuable input by testing this prototype or a concept of it with a group of those affected by the problem. If your prototype wasn't successful, then go back and refine the idea and then retest it. KLC's proprietary co-creation method, or crowd weaving, is actually in the same vein as design thinking. Each iteration of a crowd weaving is different, but I'd like to map out a simplified example. To start, we'll challenge or task a sample of one of our online market research communities to come up with a solution to one of our clients' issues or problems with a service, product, or anything in between. This sample will be made up of those who are directly impacted by this issue in one way or another. Since the sample is already familiar with the issue, they can use that context to formulate better ideas. Once they've ideated, a trained moderator will guide the authors to refine their ideas. After this first round of refinement, these ideas are narrowed down to a select few. The authors of these few ideas will be given one more chance to refine them. Authors are even encouraged to use the feedback of other participants to combine and improve their ideas. In the end, a single idea will be selected as the winner of the crowd weaving challenge. This idea should also be the best solution to the problem at hand. Design thinking is a hands-on approach that anyone can use to solve issues within their organization. It doesn't require a linear or step-by-step process that you strictly follow, but you should uncover the important context needed to empathize with those affected and to clearly define the issue. Using an online market research community like KLC, you're able to use various methodologies over a period of time to understand this important context and even ideate the solution you need.